So let me introduce myself again. Ilona, I celebrated 7 years of back-to-back gray sheet abstinence on the 14th of December, and I'm going to say my mantra in Bulgarian. So it's just a mantra. Меря си храните 3 пъти на ден и ги записвам, после ги предавам на спонсора си, не ям нищо между тях, ям ги на всяка цена и абстиненцията е най-важното нещо в живота ми, защото без нея нямам живот, както и вие ще мислила, също е най-важното нещо в живота ми. And I don't know how to start. I've got so much to say, but I guess I'll say what I'll say. And I would just hope that it will be useful. Super excited. What I've come, well, of course, in the first of all, I didn't get abstinent right away when I got here. I came to the program in 2013, and it took me about 12, 6, maybe 18 months to really, get my first 90 days. I was so used to being a loser, to being, in the food, in the depression, and things like that. And of course, I didn't believe in gray sheet enough, and I wasn't desperate enough. I thought that the food, was like, the food that I was given here wasn't enough. Of course, I was in my bulimia then. Of course, it wouldn't, have looked as enough. I thought that no carbs was, low carb, food plan would be like, make me sick, and cause diseases, because if you don't eat carbs, like all these cultural things, if you don't eat, that, sort of food, you wouldn't be healthy and then it was difficult. It was difficult for me to really submit and to really start listening to my sponsor and say, and it took a couple of sponsors actually to really, but I wasn't ready. I'm glad that I was ready. I got ready at some point, and of course it's one day at a time. But I'm super grateful that I got ready at some point. And I said, I'm not. I was so afraid of just doing those 90 days. I was so afraid of being being happy, being joyous, being free, moving forward with my life. I remember very clearly counting 60 days, then going back on purpose. No, I don't want a 9 days. No. And then again and again. And at some point, the disease got so bad that I just said to myself, I'm not going to count anything, I'm just going to set the date. Okay, in 90 days, that's the date, just set my alarm clock and just don't care. Just don't care. Just take it with one meal at a time. And I did it, and it was really nice. But then, then the rest of the disease needed to be addressed. Okay, I got abstinent, so what? Then you see, no anesthetizer, nothing, nothing, no tools. My only tool was food, to deal with life. Okay, I'm without this tool. What do I do now? Then I hated everyone, mostly me, like lots of, emotional roller coasters, my life was a mess. It's still a mess in some areas, but anyway, the steps will, deal with it. And I started doing the steps, and
5 minutes, Ilona.
Thank you. I found out that the more I work the steps, the better, the more I recover, and the more I get from this program, because this program is not a diet, and it's so much more than a diet. And I'm so grateful for it. I'm a triple winner now, because I've got 2 other programs, to help me deal with the mess, to teach me, to make me feel like a human being, like a decent, to turn me into a decent human being, and a messenger of God. I mean, like, really, I've been raised in church, but never did I feel so good. I have a purpose now, to help other compulsive eaters, and to be good and to do those steps 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I keep doing them, because I make a mess, like a little mess, not that big, as in the past. due to the step work. And then what do? I do step 9, and then I feel good. I feel spiritually awakened again and again and again. And I've been involved in service. Thank you, you know who you are, who've been, keeping encouraging me to be involved in the service, because I get, tired. I get afraid. I get, resentful, not that much, but really tired and afraid. And they say, just, go, just do it. We'll help you. You're not the best. Okay. And I get help. And the more service I do, the more I appreciate the service that other fellows give to this fellowship, because it's a lot of work, really, to those who really are, to those who really need, how to say, want to help this fellowship grow. I've been, I've done lots of service, but anyway, let's say I'm currently trying to grow the Bulgarian fellowship. Of course, participate in the growth of the GSA fellowship, because it's God's work, and that makes me so humble. I'm nothing. I'm a down and dirty compulsive eater who is abstinent today by, God's, help and the fellowship. And what do? I witness other people recovering. That's so humbling, and it's just so amazing, hearing others, another person step forward. Oh, it's just amazing. And I've been trying to participate in the fellowship, in the growth of the Bulgarian fellowship. You can see that we've got some results here. And also, I'm a secretary to the European Intergroup, which has been a really good experience. And we've got tons of stuff to do, tons of work to do. We are now currently developing a European website, which will absolutely, I'm pretty sure that it will help spread the word a lot, like very quickly, because just a site in Bulgarian, I can send this site to anyone I know, and people who I don't know. If I talk to media, it would be good to have a site and things like that. And I'm also part of the literature committee. Just a second. And we're doing we're having a lot of projects. The Living Abstinent book, which is already, has already been published. We're doing a history book. We're doing a daily reflections book. If you want to contribute to that project, feel free to contact me. And there are also other projects that are so exciting. I think that this will also contribute to spreading the word, because I think that so many people need help. I can't say that they need GreySheet, but they need help with that disease, because it's a spiritual, emotional, it's just a little disease. I was so bad. It was so bad. I got paranoid. I just wanted to kill myself. Not once, actually. And I'm so grateful that today, just before Christmas Eve, I feel like this is the most wonderful time of the year, that just like the way they say it in the song, I really feel it, because I've got you, I've got that meeting, I've got a marathon, phone bridge marathon, I've got literature, I've got sponsors, I've got sponsors, I've got prayer, I've got so many tools to stay away from that first bite. And it's the first bite. Okay.
5 minutes left.
Thank you. It's the first bite that would, take me, I don't know where it would take me, because, it may be much worse than, it was. So I'm super grateful that I've got so many tools. I appreciate each and every one of you. The way I sponsor people is also very important to me. I try to carry the message the way I have been receiving it so far. So it's not a diet. I remember those people. There are people from that's I've heard. It's not a diet. It's not a diet. It's not a diet. So I cannot just take your food. I'm sorry. I'm not that. Some people can do it. Okay, that's okay. But I'm not that person. Because imagine that if nobody did the 12 step. If the group if groups didn't do didn't practice the 5th tradition. who would know? Would I know? And this is a question I always, ask the sponsors who wants to use me as a, I don't know what, I don't know, diet, food taker or whatever. That's really like a gray sheet sponsor. I'm like, imagine if I didn't find you, what not? I didn't, how to say, participate in God finding you, because I mean, like God, He will find you if He wants, even if Ilona doesn't participate. But it's very important that my sponsors understand that it's service matters, just like the name of our newsletter. Service does matter, and you just you don't have to be just you don't have to have 90 days to do some service. You can read the preamble, you can read the steps, you can just pick up and the phone, and so I'm super excited about this, that it's been 7 years, and I'm looking forward to the next 7, hopefully one day at a time, to get involved in knowing you, and really help more people recover. It's very important to me, because it's a very tough disease. And one more thing, just before we go, I guess, before we finish, let me show you this one. Let me show you what I was before Gray Sheet, because I think the pictures, there were thousands first. 2009. Well, I do look happy here, okay, but believe me, I wasn't happy, okay? I wasn't happy. I was feeling like I wasn't feeling okay. I was feeling so alienated, actually. I had been feeling alienated all my life before Gray Sheet, and now I feel part of a tribe, the Gray Sheet tribe, which is woohoo. You can see this one. I didn't like myself. Some people would say, oh, you're fine, you're not fat. I hated myself, inside and outside. Then we've got to what, I can show you a picture of, I thought that, I had completed the dream of my life. My dream was to be that amount of, kilos. I would be happy. Everything would be perfect. The man would appear, the priest, nothing like that. Do I look happy? I don't think so. I was feeling depressed. My body needed food so much, and again, the emotional roller coasters. I couldn't stop thinking about food. That's why I went to a psychologist. Then she referred me to a 12-step program, because I couldn't stop thinking about the food. So, and then we've got recovery, couple of years of recovery. Do I look happy, joyous, and free? Yeah, kind of like, I think I look fine here. So I'm pretty excited about this. So even what I thought was the best for me was actually nuts, before Gray Sheet. And what else was I going to say? I think that I have to end soon. Just a second. I needed to just a couple of notes here. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm looking forward to our next meeting. I guess there is a roundup next month in London. I believe that I hope that nothing's gonna change, nothing will change around this corona, but whatever happens, we will I'll try to be there, because to me, a face-to-face contact, there's nothing like face-to-face contact with other Gray Sheeters. And I'll just put 5 masks and pray that I go just be there safe. And yes, as we were reading, I just want to say that again, I've been raised in church, but this fellowship is really, I think that God sent me here just to say, like, you
That's
haven't
fine,
been,
Ilona.
thank you, you haven't been hearing very well in church. Let me show you how these things works, how you need to practice principles in all our affairs, in all your affairs. And I'm super grateful. These meetings are sacred to me. And yeah, with that, I'll pass, and looking forward to hearing you.